welcome back. It is 9:10. Well, now to a rare find in a local cave. It's a story that we first brought you in 2023. So researchers finding remains of cats in Natural Bridge Caverns.
And now data from the find is starting to reveal some interesting results. Meteorologist Justin Horn headed back below the earth to get an update and find out why scientists are around the world excited.
Left hand over here, your right foot can go either up there or down there, whatever's comfy.
Squeezing through muddy crevices in a muggy, dark hole isn't for everyone. But scientist John Moretti is thankful to be here.
Well, we have reason to be excited. This discovery in Natural Bridge Caverns is pretty much unprecedented.
Moretti is on the verge of shaking up the science community thanks to a rare find right here in Natural Bridge Caverns. Cats in a cave? You may be asking, what's the big deal? Turns out cat skeletons are hard to find, identify, and caves aren't necessarily their thing.
We're always able to still explore.
We've always wondered, how in the world did this cat get this far back into the cave and pass up literally thousands of other places where it could have fallen, to its death to finally fall here at this pit? And why would it be coming back into the cave in the first place?
You got it? They took us to the spot, which is not an easy trek.
You can see the little toe prints.
But it's where this story gets interesting. Turns out two different dating techniques are revealing these bones are 11,500 years old. Here's how it all started. In 1963, portions of a cat were found deep inside Natural Bridge Caverns.
They believe the cat fell down this hole 20 feet and then fell down a second hole 60 feet. That's eventually where they would find the bones of that cat.
They were removed and taken to UT for safekeeping. These bones didn't tell us much as there was no DNA present. Then in 2022, cavers found more bones near the same spot. This was a huge find. It was determined that this was the same cat, but this time,
They've been preserved inside the cave for all this time, and there's still proteins present and still there's ancient DNA present.
Also in 2022, the researchers, by pure chance, found a separate set of bones which dated to the same time. Plus, through the years, preserved cat tracks have been found in the cave.
Steep, and we even have like some claw drag marks, and then they'd fall back down.
Bottom line, they're all rare finds.
Whenever we do find species like this in the fossil record, it's bits and pieces, and at most, maybe 1/2 of the lower jaw. But we have far more than that.
That's a really, really good print right there.
Putting it all together, the discovery could give us a clearer picture of what life was like at the tail end of the Ice Age in the Texas Hill Country.
These big extinct creatures like mammoths, saber-toothed cats, giant ground sloths, they are typical of the Pleistocene, of the Ice Age. And they're going extinct. And the world is shifting towards something much more like what we know.
What's more is that state-of-the-art DNA technology is zeroing in on the species of the cat, which would be the biggest break of all, since cat species are hard to distinguish.
It could be a margay, it could be a jaguarundi, and finally, it could be some extinct relative of either of those species.
None of which call Texas home anymore. The final DNA results should arrive by next year.
Okay, we made it out. We're a little bit muddy, but it was totally worth it. Reporting at Natural Bridge Caverns, Justin Horn, KSAT 12 News.
Wow, that is an experience right there, I'll tell you.
Great job to Justin, by the way.
Yeah.
We're all here admiring him for doing the interview in the cave.
He was saying how going through the birth canal, I think is what they call it, the
yes.
little thing, he said his abs were hurting on his way out. I'm
bet.
like, ain't no way in the world you could catch me in there, but it's good that they're finding
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
He's also the tallest person, I feel like,
Right.
in the newsroom, so it's probably a lot harder for him to navigate through
maneuver.
those nooks and crannies.
Oh my
But
goodness.
interesting finds, and we were actually all feeling bad for the poor cat that
Yes.
fell and then fell again.
Anyway.
Steph said lost all 9 of his lives.
Yes,
Down 20 feet.
on those 2 falls.
Poor cat.